Greetings, YouTube. Happy Sunday. I literally walked into my 86-degree house in Stillwater, Oklahoma about 10 minutes ago, and the first thing I did was turn on my computer and load up the game to review this offer. As always, my promise to you, even if it's a little delayed because of crazy accidents and near accidents for 8 hours of driving on 3 hours of sleep, my promise to you is that I will indeed come through for every offer that comes into the game with a grade so that you know whether or not it's a good value for yourself to buy. So today is a pretty easy offer to talk about because, a little more than half of the items are actually in the unit store, and so we know the value of those versus what you're used to paying with units, and so the cash equivalent is pretty easy to break down. So we're going to just jump right into evaluating this offer. So you can see that the top has the 10 level 5 health potions. Those are 28 units a piece normally, so that's 280 units worth of level 5 health potions. And because these are not the Alliance versions, they do give 3,750 health to one champion. Now, we have the level 5 team health potion. Only 5 of those, and that is also 50 units a piece for 250 units worth of that second item. The third item, which you probably have seen quite a bit if you've been playing this game, between the third and the fourth item, really, level 2 revive. Now, we know there are 5 of those, and the regular revive, not the team one, is 200 units for 5, or 40 units a piece. And then you have what is the highest valued item normally of this, though I'm going to talk about another one in a second that might have an argument for this, and that's the 100 units a piece level 2 team revives. You get 5 of them, so easy math, 500 units worth of the level 2 team revives. And then one of my favorite items in the game, I value these now at least 200 units a piece, given what you are able to do for a full hour of content. I don't care if that's a Legends run, Labyrinth of Legends, if you're going for Act 5 completion or the Uncollected monthly quest, or heck, for that matter, the Master monthly quest, you can never have too many greater champion boosts in your inventory. And then 5 energy refills, which of course are 30 units a piece for 150 units of value. So what does that all add up to? Well, that all adds up to 1,780 units worth of value for $30. And if we scroll to the right, we can see that normally 1,750 units is over 300 units worth of the $50 Black Panther's treasure. So really, you can make an argument that this is about a $60 value for $30. So half off the value. And some people could argue that's a little bit generous because you can get a lot of potions, especially these level 2 revives, when you become uncollected from the 4 hours, every 4 hours collecting the crystal for potions or revives mostly, and then some energy. And then some people might argue that it's actually worth a little bit more than $60 because items like the Greater Champion boosts are not available in the store, so you can only get them through special offers. But let's just, for the sake of this video, say it's $60 worth of potions, revives, boosts, and energy refills for $30. So 50% off what the normal price would be, assuming everything was even in the store, which we know it is not. So is that a great deal? I'm still going to say no. I'm still not going to give this anywhere close to an A. I think for most players, myself included, you would have to be out of every one of these items in order to justify this. I think for most people, it's probably like a C to C plus value. Now, if you are really thirsty for level 2 revives and level 2 team revives, and especially the team health potions, then you might think, say you want to do a Labyrinth of Legends run. It's never too bad to have that in your inventory, and so I totally get why some people would be tempted to buy this. Personally, I would have loved to see the equivalent of this, but for Alliance Quest and Alliance War potions and revives. Those are far more valuable and far harder to get, And so had that been the equivalent, then that would have been considered in my book a good to a great deal, but sadly that is not the case. Now, something that I have done, there's a subscriber who I really appreciate his constructive criticism of my offer videos. His name's Dean H, and he has asked from now on for me to talk about kind of what is the value of saving items in the future. What's the grade in terms of hoarding these items in the future? And these items are fairly valuable in that sense, especially if you aren't like me and don't already have 15 out of 15 level 5 team health potions in your inventory. You can see I've maxed out on level 2 revives, on greater champion boost. I even have a max on energy refills right now. So what's the value of this going forward if you haven't, $30 that you just want to burn and you want to save all your items for when you're doing more Act 4 or Act 5 completion or maybe a Labyrinth run? I think it's a solid B to B plus value for the sake of storing or hoarding those items. But I still think for $30, it's not really something that I'm going to just say you've got to sell your mortgage or steal your parents' credit card in order to get. I think it's not a terrible deal, but it's not a great one either. It's just kind of like, half off the perceived value of something. That's not anything to write home about. So there you have it. I am sort of seeing stars as I'm completing this video because, like I said, I drove 8 hours straight on 3 hours of sleep. And let's just say everything is bigger in Texas, including what appeared to be some kind of wreck, which was a mixture between what would happen in like a Fast and the Furious movie, and also if you ever played like the Burnout games for the console. I used to play those on like the GameCube and Xbox in the early 2000s, where you would just try to cause as much damage to a car as possible. There was a Suburban that stopped traffic in Texas for at least 2 hours that had been hit on every side of it and maybe even gone on fire. So thoughts and prayers with the people in that Suburban. But I don't know why I felt that you needed to know that information. I clearly am a little delirious, but with that being said, I am still going to try to do a stream tonight because I really want to get back to streaming in my own home for a week. So thanks for watching, YouTube. What do you think? Do you think my grade is BS on this? Do you agree, disagree? I always enjoy constructive feedback and anything that you'd like to add, so comment that below and have a wonderful Sunday. I hope that you are enjoying your day.